G'day guys, and today I'm going to review the game which is between Geelong and Collingwood at the MCG in front of absolutely nobody due to COVID-19 related government regulations and legislation. So yeah, everyone pretty much watching on at home today, and not the prettiest game of all time, has to be said. Definitely won't be one for the highlights reel or replays to watch, but yeah, a pretty tough game to watch, to be honest. It was pretty boring, but the Cats take home the 4 points, and the Pies, a couple of late ones, really make the scoreboard look very, very respectable for them. So, but yeah, Geelong had control of the game for the whole day. Never really looked threatened, but the Collingwood were never out of it. Although late, within about just under a minute ago, 2 goals of difference, anything's possible. So. Got out to 27, I think, in that last quarter. I thought, cool, I can finally, just bank the win and relax. But, yeah, then the Pies obviously really took the game on, which they should have been doing from the get-go. But they didn't have the confidence or the faith to do it. But, yeah, they made it a very interesting late. So, we'll take the win. I think that's round 11, I think 8-3 now. Yep, so 8 wins, 3 losses. Pretty solid start to the season, nonetheless. I was really impressed. Obviously, first half was a lot better from a Geelong perspective. I think the opening term was probably a little bit more. The second term was probably where a bit more damage was done. 3 goals, 5. Yeah, we were able to use the ball really well throughout the game. It was just inside 50. Either team couldn't execute, and both teams weren't giving each other the corridor for a majority of the game. And you could see when the teams were trying to bite it off, you'd see a lot of turnover, and the Cats did definitely cash in on turnover as well. The Pies made some, silly mistakes, and the Cats were able to sort of pounce a little bit there. I really liked the way we went in the air. Defensively, we were, sensational at least for the first half. Second half, and especially the last quarter, they kicked 5 goals, so it was a little bit looser. But the Pies took, a bunch more risks, and we were sort of a little bit switched off late. But I think the first half definitely quite well done, and probably represents of the way the Cats went about it. Probably could have made much more bang for buck. When you kick 8 goals, 13, 8 out of 21. Pies was 6 from 21. So funny how they both had the same amount of scoring shots, but it felt like Geelong had a lot more momentum and ascendancy when they were playing. I liked our tackling pressure. That was a real highlight. I felt whenever a Pies player had it, we were on them. And when they were trying to get that run and carry game going, we were there to sort of, a bunch of intercept marks as well. So that just is a good sign for me to show that you switched on. So I was definitely pleased by that. We were a little bit sloppy late. Don't know what Henry was thinking, trying to take blokes on in the back 50 when he can't see them. But obviously I think Cats put the cue in the rack late. Probably what we need to do a bit more is just take the game on. I think we are a bit conservative at times, and the Pies were very conservative most of the afternoon. They would have been very frustrated with the way they were playing because there was just so many opportunities for them to, move the ball and take some risks. But so often they just decided to not take that risky kick. And obviously late they did, but didn't really matter too much in the end. Obviously got the scoreboard, respectable. That's about it. Interesting game nonetheless. Disposal-wise, the Pies had more of the football. That's usually not the case. I can't believe that. It felt like we had so many inside 50s. The ball, that highlights my point, the ball was played between the arcs so often throughout the game, and not really anywhere but there was so many contests, which just made for an ugly game of football. Efficiency inside 50 probably does seem about right, actually, with the amount of inside 50s. Didn't quite make the most of it. And how is there not many clearances when it was in congestion all day? I'm very shocked by these stats. Won the contested possession count. The marks will be interesting. And the Pies won the marks. And good old Shorty from Shorty Supercoach told me a bit of a stat with when the Pies take 100 marks. They're pretty hard to beat. And it did feel like, the Pies just tipped it around a lot, just like we did. So that's probably where a lot of the game was based, just in the air and not really going far. And I suppose with obviously a lot of this just comes down to not executing inside 50 right here. 14 goals, 28. Not super accurate indeed, and Geelong were never down. That's interesting. The Pies of the tackles, because I think in the second term they had like 2 tackles late in that term, so there wasn't much going on. Cats good in the 1%ers, but that's a bit of a look at the stats. Stats don't really mean a lot in I suppose this context. This game was just strange. I mean, if you played it on paper, it probably does seem about right. Although, if you saw the actual game, Geelong should have won by 8 to 10 goals. So, yeah, I should be a bit more disappointed with the result. I think I tipped the Pies just out of a bit of an upset. There wasn't many upsets to pick throughout the weekend, I found, and the Pies trouble us at times. So I did tip Collingwood, not with a lot of confidence. Didn't think we'd be confidently winning, and well, we didn't win very confidently at all in terms of the final margin. But looking at some, I suppose, votes, and this was really tough. No one was absolutely outstanding or anything like that. I gave Hawkins the 3 votes. He kicked 3 goals, 2, 21 touches, 7 marks next to his name, a tackle. Let's see how many. Don't think because of my resolution won't let me go through, but I reckon he would have had 10 plus score assists. Every sort of scoring chain went through Hawk, and when everyone was struggling to kick goals, he was able to sort of get a few on the board. He was working around on the wing. He was down at full back at one stage, just rushing through behind. So he was everywhere today, and I really liked his game. 2 votes from going to Parfit. He had 30 touches on the day, 4 marks, and I felt, especially early when we were struggling, he was able to sort of accumulate the footy and allow us to have some forays forward. So many forays forward this afternoon that just went to absolute nothingness, just on a general note, not related to Parfit. And I'm going to give 1 vote to Stanley. 1 goal, 16 touches. It was a real tough performance from Stanley, obviously been dropped in recent weeks, and he made amends today on Grundy. He plays pretty well on Grundy, generally speaking. And Grundy's obviously, I think he's in hospital at the moment, just with some neck injuries as a result of a marking contest. But yeah, Stanley's influence was really good, and obviously around the ground he's quite handy. He's really quick and athletic, and love the way he goes about it. So yeah, it was a real trying performance from him, and there was definitely some other players that might deserve a vote, which I'll give some special mentions very shortly. Once I go through the list, I've run out of breath, to be honest. It's been a big day. Higgins was handy, 24, 11 marks, 4 tackles. Even handier if he kicks 1 to 2 goals, which he had 1 to 2 golden chances, but like the way he went about it. Tui, very stiff not to get a vote. He had heaps of kicks and very accurate with his kicks. 26 possessions on the day. Like Stewart always plays really well. He had 23. 11 marks. He's probably spewing didn't get a vote. Maybe do a bit of a swap for Parfit. So he had 26 touches. He played a pretty solid game, obviously, with Guthrie out and a number of midfielders out. He stood up really well once again. Tom Atkins wasn't too bad with 17 off the half-back line. Smith's run and dash on the MCG is always valuable. He had 20. Cameron was pretty well held by Maynard, and obviously Cameron's run around the ground is really good. Kicked 2-2 in the end. Probably had more of the footy than he's previously had of recent times. He generally doesn't get a lot of the footy, but he's pretty deadly when he has it. So 2 goals, 2 next to his name there. A couple of nice snaps. Henry, solid as ever down back. One little mistake late. Menegola didn't get a lot of the ball, but I felt like throughout the day he contributed and competed well. I like Cole Jasny's game too, actually. 8 marks there, 15 touches. He just went quietly about his business, and I like the way he went about it. Narkle was good. He had 24. Really liking the way he's sort of shaping up that midfield and playing a really good role in there. Henderson's always solid down back. He had 6 marks. Usually takes 10 or 11, but they're usually just little chips sideways back to him. But close as always, 12 or 13 touches. Didn't quite score a major. It was close to kicking a goal. Close. I liked Holmes. I I'm not going to try and pronounce it again, but he got the 15 touches and probably his best game. Obviously, he's only played about 2 or 3 games, but yeah, definitely, yeah, played well today, and yeah, did a good job. So yeah, he was able to find the ball, find a bit of space, and yeah, brings his teammates in the game. Loves a handball there. Buse took it on at times. It was good. Rowan was good around the ground. Didn't really hit the scoreboard in a big way today, but Pies' team defence was really good. But yeah, he took 5 marks. As a Zach Guthrie, pretty quiet. Again, I don't know why he's in the team and why he's ahead of Jordan Clark when Clark's clearly a better player, but it's fine. Dalhouse kicked a goal. Doesn't kick many goals these days, and a few tackles in there, so that'll keep him in for the rest of the season. Radically went absolutely... I'm not sure if he was injured or not, but he went very quiet after quarter time. He kicked a goal. I'm not sure if he went off or anything like that, but Clark hasn't come on clearly. So Radically very quiet after a promising goal in the first term, and Clark obviously not needed this time. So that's a wrap-up of that game. Looking at next week, if the AFL website is not working at all. So, good old technology. I wonder, can I go back? No, it just does not want to work at all. Probably refresh, but I don't really want to. If I'm guessing who we're playing, I feel like we've got an interesting clash coming up. Wonder if any of these games will work at all. Okay. We can get to the St Kilda and North Melbourne game, which I'll be reviewing. All right, now we're good. Again, the old refresh trick does amazing things. Do we have the bye next week? The Cats can't lose next week. We do have Port Adelaide, though, after the bye. And this game will be pretty tricky, I'm sure. Port over there are tough, although the Dogs have found a way over there. Definitely a chance. I just think after the bye we always lose. So, yeah, I'm never positive with tipping the Cats. Will be a tough game. I think the bye will just... We normally lose the game after the bye, then win the game after we lose the bye. So, if that, wrap your head around that one. So today was the Cats by 10 points. Yeah, pretty scrappy game, pretty ugly game to watch. Hopefully the Cats can move the ball a bit more efficiently and effectively moving forward. In season 2021, I don't think either side supporters would be super stoked, but we'll take the 4 points and continue to move on and go on our merry way. So thanks, guys, for joining in. Don't forget to give the video a like, subscribe away, all that good stuff. Tap the bell if you want to get notified when I upload a video. So cheers again, guys. Thanks for your time. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.